Hey guys, it's Jen from Blackstone Labs. Okay, so here is what we're doing today. I know I've done a million barbell bridges, glute workouts and stuff like that, but what I kind of wanted to do is I wanted to teach you about what my philosophy is and what I've done to get my glutes as big as they are, which they have grown. This is not just genetics. I was 132 pounds with a flat butt, 118 pounds with a super flat butt. So I'm gonna go over some techniques and cueing that I do when I'm with clients and things that you guys could use. And then I'm gonna talk about what I'm gonna do today and then what I do like with different weeks with the way that I train myself. And then you guys will watch me actually beat myself up a little bit. So we're gonna go in now, I'm gonna set up the barbell and then I'll go back to the cueing. So we'll do a little bit of we'll go back and forth. Now I'm going to basically teach you some cues. So if you notice, I'm going to be on a 12-inch box. I don't always do this. It's not the same size when I'm doing this with clients. I might have a really short client that I might set up some 45-pound plates. I personally believe that your upper body needs to either be parallel or even just a little bit lower than your knees. So that's the way that I set up my platforms. I never will have anybody, unless they're 6 foot something, do barbell bridges on a bench. Because the way that you're setting yourself up and have to pull your knees in, which you'll watch, I'll show you as I'm doing it. You pull yourself in and then your back, the sports bra, or if you're a man, because guys should do this too, should be right at the edge of the box, ready for you to just bridge up. You shouldn't have to finagle yourself onto the box. Now, if you don't want to feel it in your knees, which most people don't, you want to make sure that you're a good 90-degree angle. If you're a little further out, you're going to feel it a little bit in the hamstrings. We really want to isolate the glutes. If you're too far in, you're going to feel it in the knees. You're also going to feel it in the lower back. Now, cues here is abs need to be tight. Now I'm wearing my waist trainer, but still, I mean, a waist trainer wouldn't have me be able to do this if I wasn't breathing through my diaphragm, okay? So you want to keep your abs tight and then keep your glutes tight. I tell people to think that they're picking up a marble with their butt cheeks. So when you bridge, and I'm just gonna show you, so when you bridge, you tuck your hips under, flex your abs, and squeeze your glutes. You should not feel it in the lower back. If you do, mind muscle connection is not there and you're not doing what you're supposed to. So now we're gonna go into, I'm gonna do a warm-up set. I'm gonna work my way up, and then once I get to like a heavier set, I'll explain to you what some of my concepts are, what I'm gonna do today, and what I do sometimes on other workouts. All right, so my concepts, every couple months, I like to see how heavy I can go, almost like a power lifter. See how heavy I can go for sets of 2, 4, or 6. And then I do that for a couple weeks, and then I drop back down to as heavy as I can go for 10 to 12, which is usually still really heavy. Today, I'm gonna see how heavy I can go for about 4 reps. So I did 405 for 10, I think that was. And now let's see how heavy I can go. Okay, so You don't have to go up as fast as I do, or the way that I do. I go up by 45s and then sometimes by 25s, which is really 90 and 50 if you do the math. But I worked my way up to 505. I think that's what that adds up to. And I originally said in my head that I was going to do 4, and I went for 5. So now what I'm going to do is, right after I'm done with this, or as I'm doing after I'm done with this, I'm going to drop it down to 225, and I do 1 burnout set, and I'm going to go for 20 to 30 reps, which is going to feel really light compared to what it's at right now. And then we move on. So I call these raise the roof. So if you pay attention to the movement, it's basically like I'm doing a bridge, but with my feet. So the angle of my knees ends up at 90 degrees, and I'm pressing straight up. You also might notice that I'm not holding onto the ground. The box isn't moving. A lot of the times when people do this movement, if they're not right underneath and squeezing, driving the heels to the ceiling, hence raise the roof, then they're not gonna squeeze the glutes. They're gonna also feel it in the lower back if they go too high, and they're gonna be pushing themselves away, which is, again, not truly, you wanna envision yourself doing a bridge. And even though you're not squeezing up with the hips, you're pressing up with the feet, it's the same concept. So what I'll do here is I'll do 4 sets of about 12 to 15. And that's it, nothing crazy. With this one, usually I just top it off, and by top it off I mean I put the pin all the way at the bottom, and I superset the machine weighted. You have to make sure that your chest is up and your butt is back, like mine is right here. So I hold on with one hand just so I don't fall off the machine, but I'm really activating my core also. I squeeze out as far as I possibly can, squeezing the glutes. I do 15 of those, and then I put on one of my X bands, booty bands, and I go into an isometric bridge, and then I push open with the band and do like a burnout, anywhere from 20 to 30 reps. And I go back and forth. Again, nothing crazy, 4 rounds of that. Next thing that I do is I do kickbacks, but I don't necessarily do kickbacks. So I'm trying to form hips since I don't have them. So instead of going straight back, I go a little diagonal or a little laterally so that it gives the illusion. So like glute med. So I'm working on a different area of my glute. So you see, I'm kind of going off on a diagonal. I step over the cable and kick toward the back. So you could do this with the cable going in front. It's going to hit a little differently. I like going from the back. And with this one, I might go up in weight. I'll do, let's say, like a set of 20 and then 3 sets of 15. And I just do 4 rounds of that as well. And then that's it. And you saw my warm up before the bridges, and then my workout is basically done. Okay, guys, so I really hope you like this. I'm a little bit out of breath right now. Try the workout. Again, you do not have to do the same weight that I do. I did not start there, by the way. I remember when I can barely barbell bridge 135. So listen to the cues, mind-muscle connection, and let's work on a little bit of tail. And I hope you guys enjoy the workout, and I'll see you in the next video.